Nonetheless, we are set to go. This is the best of 7 semi-final match, all-kill format, and our first two players are in game right now on Bel'Shir Vestige. Bel'Shir, take us away.
Alright, spawning in the lower position here we have from Team mYinsanity. It's the guy that's been making waves recently, and it is mYinsanity's ABomB spawning as the blue Protoss player. And in the top, it's going to be from Alien Invasion, the red Zerg player Golden, who has a habit of securing very fast too early points versus Alien Invasion's opponents in any given match. I mean, if you think about it, they kind of gotten used to the strategy of sending Golden first in most of the Team League matches. Wouldn't you not agree?
Yeah, man. I think it's a good decision, though. I really like that they sent Golden out first. Because it can easily dispatch of just, you know, it can get your team the momentum at the start, which is always important. It means you have the map advantage, and, you know, momentum's everything in team leagues like this, I think.
That's
it gives
true.
confidence to your following players as well.
That is absolutely true. I mean, it's nice to have that cushion of having 2 points up on your opponent. Even if you do manage to knock that player out later on in the game, you do have those 2 points. So it's going to be a forge opening here for ABomB on this map. The map is Bel'Shir Vestige, of course, and he has scouted the pool first opening by Golden. Going to be going with the Nexus first at his natural and doing a pretty good job of denying that hatchery. That oh my god, that patrol route for the probe, the first one, was actually so perfect.
Man.
Oh, he's still doing it. He is
this
still
blocking
doing
action is ridiculous, and finally he gets it down. This pro could have blocked a little bit longer, but always nice to, you know, block up. And it is a Forge expand. I'm quite intrigued to see a Forge expand. You know, we really don't see any Forge expands at all anymore, and really it means we're going to get a very passive opening to this game. Golden probably going to open up with a free hatch before gas, and you know, when we see that, generally nothing really happens until at least 8 to 10 minutes. So we're getting for a nice passive start to this league, Bel'Shir. Or this league. We're not quite at the start of the league, but yeah, gateway coming down, and ABomb's just got his front walled off nicely.
Yeah, and you know, ABomB, when he started playing Heart of the Swarm, as we said already, he started making waves a little bit because he was relatively an unknown player at the time, and he got a little bit famous due to his original builds and strategies. Not the very least of them would be his Oracle play and Oracle builds, specifically in his PvZ matchup. So I'm dying to see a Stargate coming out of ABomB actually this game.
Lings at the front just getting deflected by a cannon. Nothing too crazy, and there's that third hatchery well on the way now for Golden, as we would expect. He's just taking his gas now. Actually, fairly fast gas to be taken. Usually we don't see. We usually see double gas taken at 6 minutes or 5:30, but a single gas at 5 works as well. Give him an ever so slightly faster speed. You know, it's nothing too major here. He's not going to suddenly bane and bust, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, this kind of tells me that he wants to be safe versus early gateway pressures or early, or some kind of like a 4-gate follow-up trying to target the third base. So he probably wants to get link speed a little bit faster. Usually you focus on roaches and lair tech with a 3-hatch opening, and you get the link speed later on, which could make you susceptible to stuff like I just mentioned. But it is going to be a Stargate from ABomB, and I am liking this a lot.
Lings at the front trying to poke, get some more information. All they see is that +1 is on the way, and you know that could mean a plethora of things. I don't actually know. Did they see? I'm just going to check here. He didn't see the gases building, so he doesn't know anything at all right now. He has a single overlord between the natural and the main.
There was one additional piece of information that Ling Scout actually got Golden, and it was the fact that the gateway was not making anything, and he saw a zealot. So usually, I mean, those can be two things. Either your opponent is building a ton of gateways and goes for a very quick attack, or he's putting his gas somewhere else. So here's the scout by the Overlord, sees the Phoenix, sees the Stargate, Additional gas is going down for Golden just now. The link speed is on the way, so we'll have the lair a little bit delayed because of that. But as we said before, it's probably due to the fact that Golden wanted to be safe versus a gateway pressure. And I'm just wondering if he saw those gates that just now started to go down. Yeah, he has.
So this is nice, just seeing what's up. He knows exactly what his opponent's going for, but he's not going to be too worried. He knows it's a Stargate, and generally that means a very passive play. And them gates, they're just pretty standardly timed. It's very unlikely he's going to do much with them. And we now see ABomB is actually throwing down his robo facility. So just like the most standard of PVZs here, and it's very likely he'll just go straight into Colossi. Because the Phoenix will be able to scout that there's no road drawing down, there's no roaches on the way, he doesn't need to make Immortals, so maybe he'll make one for safety if he doesn't scout very soon. But I get the feeling we're going to see a Robo Bay instantly here and a couple of observers. A lot of lings!
I have to agree, and I really like this timing by Golden. He actually, look at this, he knows what is the most probable course of action that ABomB would take as a Protoss, and the finishing of his speed and production of these lings actually lined up with two things. One, putting down ABomb's third base, and the second one, finishing of the Warp Gate technology, so he can try to put a little bit of pressure here while staying safe versus any potential counterattacks. Gets one probe here, but there's already 4 Zealots down there. These lings could take them out, but it's going to be costly.
Yeah, these lings are going to engage, and a few more lings coming in. They trade for most of the Zealots. Did they get the Sentry as well? I guess they must have, because it's not there anymore. So this is nice by Golden. He's just doing a little bit of damage. Getting a few probes as well is always nice. And well, he keeps up this aggression. He comes back in, but Zealots are just too strong. And this third base is going to go up relatively unhindered. Phoenix still moving around the map as well, as ABomb's just going to look to do a bit more damage wherever he can.
Yeah, there is a Spore Cholera here, so those Phoenixes will not be able to lift up that Queen. Golden has replenished his link count, however. If we take a look, he still has 48 links out on the map, which makes it pretty much impossible for the Protoss player to move out on the map with any kind of ground force. And there are even more links coming in. I think he may be trying to just knock out that third base before the Colossi are out, and there's only one sentry here for ABomB.
His +1 is about to finish, and that would have made a big difference when fighting these Zealots, but for now, a lot of these Zealots survive on very low HP, so this is pretty bad for Golden. That being said, he's done a good job of picking off a few workers here and there, and Immortal comes out for ABomB. Again, I'm not really sure about the necessity of that right now. But his Robo Bay is up, and that first Colossi now starting. That's exactly what he needs to counteract this heavy Ling play as Phoenix come into the main base, picking off a couple more workers, and just keeping that worker count pretty even as ABomB, which is nice. Really nice. And nice mix around.
Yeah, that's true. But what ABomB really needs to scout is the fast infestation pit going up at the natural base. And Golden, if we take a look at the unit counts right now, Golden still has active lings out on the map. And look at the unit count from the Protoss. He doesn't have any ground army to speak of, apart from the 5... He's got 5 Phoenixes in the air, but no ground army, and there's the hive for Golden. He's... Judging by his upgrades, he's maybe even rushing to Ultralisks, and with such a small ground army for the Protoss player, this might be extremely successful.
Yeah, ABomB needs to notice this as soon as he can. He's lost a lot of his Zealots here once again to these Zerglings, but it's not been effective trades. Zealots do trade very well, especially with the fast +1 from the Forge, so even with this 1-1, these Lings aren't trading very well, and Golden continuing to try and do damage, but what he's trying to do is just keep the army numbers low, and we're trying to get into the natural here, but the Sentry should throw down a force field, and there it is. So Golden's still just being aggressive, but not really trading effectively, but he might try and go for the Colossi.
Oh, this is one of those rare occurrences where you see Colossus actually being attacked by Lings. Oh, good force fields there, making a very effective choke point for that one Zealot. Golden is going to come back. He really wants to pick off that Colossus. He might even be successful right now as he comes in with 2-2 Lings, but no, Photon Overcharge is going to drive those Lings away. The Hive is just about ready to finish. 2-2 is ticking away. Time is running out a little bit here for ABomB. And no 4th base for the Zerg players so far, but Templar Archives have gone down for ABomB. So the question is he going for Archons, or is he just going to warp in a couple of HDs for feedbacks because he expects Vipers? That's the question.
Yeah, we'll see what he thinks. I think after seeing this many links, he must know that ultras are going to be on the way. But I mean, he's going to lose a Colossus here, and these links are still just overwhelming at the third base. Another Colossus now coming from the natural. He really needed to keep all of these units together, because now he's just kind of letting them get picked up a few at a time, and a few infestors are coming out as well. But I can't help but feel that ABomb's just not prepared. I mean, he really needs a second robo so that he can start getting units out to counter to counter Ultralisk. Because I mean, their 2/2 Ultras are going to be about to be produced by Golden once he gets some money. But and all he's got is 2 Colossi and a bunch of Zealots, and there's some HTs. I mean, Archons are nice as well, but Immortals, of course, even better.
Yeah, and he's immediately turning those into Archons. He knows the hive is up, but he's not seeing any Vipers. He's not. He hasn't seen the Ultralisk Cavern, but he has to suspect that one is up. And he does have charge for his Zealots. Like, notice he hasn't built a single Stalker in this game. That is actually so smart. Especially when you're facing a build like this.
We actually see ABomb moving over to the right-hand side, and you know, this is where you would say, right, he's going for pre-ultra time, but sadly the Ultralists are about to come out here, and while they don't have +3, while they don't have kindness plating, well, I guess Golden is going to lose this 4th base. This is just before these Ultras, but you know, ABomb has to be ready to recall, because he can't commit too much more to being on this side of the map, I don't think. I think he has to be very careful.
Will he be able to? I mean, we have Infestors with Fungals, plenty of energy out on the field as well. And if Golden can lock this army in place, there goes the Fungal, Fungaling down the Mothership core. It's going down very rapidly. No recall will be happening here. Meanwhile, the Archons here near the rocks are in the perfect position against those Ultralisks.
These Queens aren't next to the Ultras. They can't help transfuse, and that's where the transfuses are really needed. At the end here, these Ultras will just clean up everything, but it looked a little bit scary there for a couple of moments for Golden.
Yeah,
his Ultra's not able to engage properly at the top side of the fight. And Storm now on the way. Double Immortal production has started up, but I can't help but feel ABomb is just kind of a step behind throughout this game right now.
Yeah, definitely, and the Remax from Golden is very quick here. Has he actually finished his +3 Carapace upgrade? No, he has not yet, and he's adding a Baneling Nest right now. Wow. I'm a little bit intrigued by that one. But yeah, ABomb is adjusting his composition here, and he is going to have a lot of Immortals. And still, if Golden attacks, ABomb might just be able to narrowly defend.
It's going to be tough. I mean, at least he's got 4 Immortals out, and he will have Storm. So, I mean, it's a good composition, but Golden, I feel he should be maybe being a bit more aggressive with his expanding. I mean, his 4th base is only just now going back up. I don't see any reason for him to, with this mobile composition, not try to take a 5th base at the same time. I mean, he's been trading a lot throughout the game, so he doesn't maybe really have the money to. He's been on a fairly low drone count as well. But I'm a little bit scared for him. These Queens are once again a little bit out of position if we're going to have a fight here. But it looks as though Golden will just be able to cancel that 4th base, which is what he needs to do. He needs to get himself in a bit of an economy lead at this point, as he hasn't traded that great throughout the game. You know, it's been a lot better lately, but at the start it definitely wasn't so great for him.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, thing is, look at the number of Zealots here. With a good spot to engage in. If the Fungals are, I mean, can you even have this many Fungals to fungal this many Zealots if ABomb splits his army up? The natural transition for the Zerg player off of this would be to go into Spire, and after exchanging armies, he would go into Mutas. The thing is, like you mentioned, he doesn't have the gas for it. Oh, here come the Balings and the Infestors from the other side. The Fungals lock everything in place. Oh, but it's not enough to take out the Immortals. Not enough at all. And now the Ultralisks will start falling. They have 0 support. Queens are lagging behind. And there's still 5 Immortals raining on the battlefield as more Warpins are coming in from ABomb. He is a little bit low on resources, but he will take out these Ultralisks and the Queens, and he will be able to stabilize and probably even keeping his 4th base alive, which is very important at this stage of the game.
That was a little bit crazy. Like, these Immortals, they've only just survived. Again, them Queens, if they were there a bit sooner, he would have been able to transfuse the Ultras, and it may have made the difference. At the start there, I really thought that the Baners were going to kill all the Immortals. Lings can't really fight this at the moment. 5 more Ultras, more Lings on the way, but, you know, Golden, he's really struggling to create a bank here, and now that ABomb's about to get 4th phase 2, again, he's not in the best economic position, and he needs to wait for Ultras to pop before he can actually fight this.
Yeah, he's got a lot of Lings out on the map, with 3-3 just about to finish as well, but the Protoss is on +3 also, and he's got Storm, which means these Lings are, well, they actually are no more.
Yes, them Lings lasted about half a second, I think. They dying so fast as well. To this high immortal count there, the Queen's trying to transfuse, but they run out of energy so quickly, and Golden is just not fighting with the whole of his army at the same time, and this isn't looking good for him, Bel'Shir.
No, it's not, and I really think that he will lose his 4th base right now, with Golden having his 4th up and having transferred probes over there. I mean, this is just a downhill ride for Golden. I feel like an ABomb just performing admirably in the first game. Golden pulling out the fast hive on 3 bases into Ultralisks. Very heavy harassment, keeping the army numbers low, but still ABomb, despite not taking an ideal engagement in this precise location that he's moving through right now, prior in this game, he did adjust his composition just so that he could stand tall, and now he's bringing the herd back on the Zerg player, and after this 3rd base is gone, I fear this will be